Hey you guys, how are y'all? I hope everyone's doing good. We're gonna go ahead and start tapping into your guys' energy reading immediately. This is your next 48-hour reading. We're tapping into your energies. Energies can be just energetic, your mind, your emotions, what's happening in the physical reality for you guys, who you're interacting with, how they could be affecting your energy, your frequency, whether they are going to be beneficial in your spiritual path or not. This helps you in your spiritual path towards healing, towards gaining a stronger intuition, and to meet like-minded individuals. Okay, so comment down below your zodiac signs to tap in. That is just for spiritual reasons, spiritual permission. Okay, that being said, let's get into it. What's going on here? Next 48. Spiritual residue. Okay, I'm picking up spiritual residue here. And an energy shockwave. Give us some more information. High energy frequency alert, which is a good thing. There's a frequency activation taking place in the next 48 hours. I'm seeing something happen with great momentum. There's going to be a purge of old experiences, emotional clearing taking place in the next 48 hours. So expect major release, okay? So these are the different types of chakras that you guys can experience some sort of blockage to be removed, okay? There's the chakras here. So I'll let you know which chakras I see. There will be some unfinished healing that will be triggered, okay? This is due to that emotional residue. Yeah, thank you. Oh yeah, frequency shift. Resting is not weakness in the next 48 hours. If you find yourself falling asleep, if you find yourself needing a nap, if you find that you may need to take some time off or rest, then this is perfectly fine. This is just an energy insight, okay? There will be an ancestor spirit that's guiding you in the next 48 hours, so pay attention to that. I may need to get up from here in a few seconds after I finish this spread, so that way I can pull on your energy in regards to the chakras, all right? That will be important in the next 48 hours. So bear with me. When I see this energy shifting for you guys in regards to your frequency, I do see that it is connected to tangible things, tangible items, the mundane reality. So tangibly, something is changing in your reality in the next 48 hours. So this could be a clearing of your space, cleaning your space, walking barefoot outside could benefit you, connecting to nature, connecting to plants, connecting outdoors. Some of you guys connecting to like with food, right? With the earth, and so that also means with the food that we are eating. All right. That being said, when we say, "Oh well, I can't go outside, I can't do," well, guess what? We have to connect with the food that we're eating. We're constantly eating, vegetables and our salads, and even for those of us that like will eat meat and stuff like that, we'll eat a burger or whatever. Well, guess what? You're eating onions in your burger. You're eating a pickle in your burger. You're eating lettuce and tomato in your burger. It doesn't really matter. You're still connecting with the earth. All right, just being more intentional. Kind of like how religious people, they pray before they consume their food. They pray over their food. Set intentions with your drinks. Set intentions with the things that you're consuming, and set intentions with, for those of you that are plant moms, plant parents, cultivators, the next generational farmers, okay, or green thumb people, green thumb community, right? It's time for you to really start pouring back into your body, into your vessel, but that also means around your environment. That could also mean like maybe like around your home or something like that, okay? just something that is around you, connecting with nature, and there's different forms, okay? The Elder Council is here and is going to advise a few different things throughout this reading for you guys. So make sure that you have your notebooks out to take notes. And for those of you that, you might want to rewatch this because you're just someone that, you might rewatch it and then you're just fine with that, then just, listen up, okay? So your ancestors are saying that you have been in survival mode. This is crazy because I just posted something in regards to that. The karmic experience, karmic situations, karmic lessons that have been on a loop for you has everything to do with survival mode. Okay, that is exactly what has been dominating your energy and what has been so difficult for you to break free from. This is impacting the way you are thinking, okay? Whether it is the perception of yourself, the perception of your reality, or the way you think of people, okay? It is shifting you, the survival mode is shifting you into scarcity energy, which means that you will have issues in the root chakra. You would have issues with trust. You would have issues with vulnerability. You would have issues with establishing long-term connections and relationships. You would have issues maybe perhaps with family dynamics, family wounds, or family trauma, whether it be generational or first generation, meaning like your own parents, okay? There could be tightening, stiffening, kind of like really hard, a very, very like, I don't know, like very tight. There we go. Like just very tight sensation in the root chakra or the sacral chakra. Okay, but the root chakra is the one that they want to speak of, specifically your ancestor lineage. All right, is being impacted through your root chakra. So you are that's connected to your ancestors. Okay, is the root chakra for you. And so they're saying expect momentum in this next 48 hours because there is some sort of unfinished healing within the lineage, okay, for you. And you will be called to rest, okay, because there is some form of emotional clearing that needs to take place in the next 48 hours. Let's see what else is happening here. Okay, thank you. Yeah, we have healing light. Now journaling came out. I knew that energy was gonna come out again. Journaling should just be a must at this point. You have dealt with master projectors, okay? People that often blame you. People that often push their own burdens on you. People that will blame you and try to make you or gaslight you into thinking that their problems are your problems, all right? That their shadow traits are your shadow traits. That the reason behind them being who they are is your fault. They use victimhood to control you or gain your attention. Okay, this is like that, not just gaslighting, but this is like that rage baiting and stuff like that, right? They refuse to take accountability for their own faults. Okay, so you're shifting. There's a shockwave here, a rapid shift. That was the blockage. That was the blockage that you were experiencing, that little loop, that karmic loop that you was experiencing, whether it came out to be in your romantic life or whether it came out to be in your career or your professional life, whether it came out to be in your spiritual religious practices, whether it came out to be family, wherever it developed. As a crow flock, we all have experienced dealing with a master projector, okay? And now we are breaking free. There's a shockwave that's taking place, all right? So that way we can purge those old experiences and welcome new experiences. Now, we're going from the root chakra, okay, that survival mode, and shifting upwards into the solar plexus in the next 48 hours, okay? So imagine like, I don't know, imagine like a thermometer, okay, a thermometer reader, but specifically for the chakras, right? And so you're going from the root chakra and you're shifting up higher, your frequencies is going up higher into the solar plexus energy in the next 48 hours, where you're going to then be entering this energy of personal power, of self-confidence, of a boost of energy. So you could be kind of like, you know, a little lethargic, a little tired, a little drained, and then out of nowhere, you're going to have this momentum, you're going to have this flow, you're going to have this activation within you, okay? And so pay attention to spiritual messages, okay, that they are sending in the next 48 hours as well. Light energy, okay, and when I say light energy, this is universal energy, this is Reiki energy, healing energy, okay, that will help you to restore your essence for those of you that partake in those types of sessions. And anything else before I try to go ahead and grab the chakra cards. Now they're talking about the sacral chakra. So yeah, there's like definitely a shift going upwards. And I'm also seeing something is activating. So yeah, they said activation. So the activation is taking place in the sacral chakra. The survival scarcity mindset is coming from the root chakra. So the root chakra needs to be healed and balanced and restored. Your solar plexus chakra is what's going to give you the boost of energy. And the sacral chakra is what's being activated within you. So that way you can start to, so that way you can begin to flow again. You will begin to just be yourself again, feel like yourself. And then again, I spoke to you guys about this freaking trauma leech and it came out again. It came out again. Okay. So this trauma leech fuels off of your pain. They fuel off of your pain. And again, with that master projector, it could have been a combination of both. Okay. They like to unload their BS on you. All right. With no intention of fixing it, or it's almost like somebody telling you all of their problems, but even if you will tell them the solution, they have no intention of fixing it. So they're just like wasting their breath, and they're also, you know, wasting your time and also stressing you out for no reason, because they don't have any intention of correcting anything, of fixing anything. They just want to sit there and waste their time of complaining. Okay. So the frequency shift, you need to ask yourself in the next 48 hours, what part of that life do you want to build for yourself? Again, I'm going to ask that for you guys. Comment down below, what part of that life do you want to build for yourself? Identify the direction you wish to head towards in the next 48 hours. Instead of comparing, create the change needed in your life to make it happen. All right. That is the frequency shift that you guys are experiencing in the next 48 hours. Let me go ahead and walk over here and grab the chakra cards. You guys go ahead and think about that and go ahead and start typing. I will definitely go ahead and read what you guys will be saying below. And I am back. Let's see. Complacency in the root chakra. Lack of movement. Okay. Lots of your wisdom comes from your emotional connections. A lot of the lessons that you learn through your heart space. And so you have to learn how to protect your heart space or filter out the bad experiences. Next 48 hours, we have a miracle happening in the solar plexus. I'm talking about that confidence energy. Look at how beautiful that looks. Okay. It's like something's immersing within you and your energy. And it's funny because this prayer fell right on top of that trauma leech. So there's a prayer maybe that takes place. Maybe you prayed or you did something in the past 2 days, and the next 2 days, it helps you. It helps your growth, or it helps you combat this trauma leech or something. All right. It doesn't necessarily matter exactly when you did the prayer. It's just I see that it's helping in the next 2 days for you, right? Lemons symbolize abundance, cleansing, purification, cutting and clearing of obstacles, cutting ties. All right. Those things could be significant. All right. White candles could be significant. Roads with trees could be significant on both ends, whether they be walking paths or just a road. So with that, again, I told you that sacral chakra, you have perseverance, okay? And with that sacral chakra, we're talking about you beginning to flow again. But we have forgiveness here and you being at an impasse in regards to something. When you're at an impasse, is like, again, I was talking about that blockage, then the blockage has something to do with forgiveness. And, you know, it depends on your particular situation when it comes to that forgiveness. Because sometimes we can hold ourselves still into one timeline, into one experience. We're talking about survival mode. And so survival mode means that your nervous system is stuck in that time frame. So your nervous system is stuck in that experience. It's stuck on that day. It's stuck on that conversation. Okay. And so it's hard for you to experience today if your body is still stuck on the past version of you, or the past experience that you dealt with, or the past, experience with the master projector, or the trauma leech, or the person that was, a third party, or whatever that may have been for you. And constantly having to persevere, constantly having to push through, constantly having to load problems on your plate and work them out every single day, okay, has put you in this impasse situation. And like I told you, your wisdom comes from your heart center. All right. And if your wisdom comes from your heart center, then it's hard for you. Now I'm seeing that it's hard for you to express yourself. It's hard for you to express yourself because even though you know a lot emotionally, you are someone that is emotionally mature. You are someone that is emotionally evolved. You're very emotionally capable of forgiving others and even forgiving yourself. But there's a blockage here. The blockage here is that once you forgive someone, you don't let it go. And then that stops you. The sacral chakra has a lot to do with actively doing things to express yourself. The throat chakra talks about communication, but also like being what you're communicating. So like the throat chakra, imagine the throat chakra being like, okay, I'm telling you I'm spiritual, but I also believe I'm spiritual. I'm not just saying I'm spiritual just to say I'm spiritual. I believe it. I believe in the spiritual practices that I talk to you guys about, and that, I preach about, and things of that nature, right? And then in the sacral chakra, that's more so where people say, that's very creative. That's where I show you. I show you through how I live my life, through how I dress myself, through how I express myself, through how I express, my day-to-day life, whether that be, how I decorate my home, or how I dress, or the different types of things that I might do with my hair, or the different types of ways that I might look at life. okay, whatever that may be, that's where the blockage is. Because the past version of you cannot see those things. It's like if you're not in the mindset of seeing beautiful things because you're pissed, like I don't want to look at that right now because I'm pissed. I don't want to be happy right now. I'm upset, right? I know everybody has been through that situation where like you're so upset that like, no, don't make me laugh because I'm serious right now, right? But don't be stuck here with that survival mode of constantly having to be here, constantly having to be tight-lipped with people, constantly having to, look at this, workaholic, and trying to discover yourself at the same time. How can you discover yourself if you're constantly working? If you're constantly moving? How are you trying to discover yourself? Where is the time for you to sit still and truly just be present and actually be happy and be at peace and not worried and not constantly in the state of the energy of panic? Again, scarcity means like I have to run around and I have to go get this and I have to go get that. If I don't have this, then oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to do that. And you're constantly thinking, and that is dominating you. That's dominating your reality. And again, for some of you guys, it might not just be because when I talk about energy readings, right, it's a little bit different than just like, oh, I'm just reading what's going to happen in the future. No, I'm telling you where this energy is coming from. For some of you, this energy is mental. Okay. So mentally, let's say I'm going to give you guys an example so that we can really see this. Let's say this situation happened to you. Let's say a traumatic situationship, all right, whatever that may be for you guys, happened 5 years ago, okay? You may be in a different place. You may work in a different place. You may speak to different people. You may be a whole different person. You might believe in different things now 5 years later, okay? Amazing things can happen within a few months. So imagine 5 years from now, you get what I'm saying? So you're not that person. And so that version of you that is triggered and you're stuck in that mindset cannot perceive the new reality that you're in right now because you're stuck in fearing that the things that happened back then, right? Because your nervous system is traumatized. And when your nervous system is traumatized, it detects warning signals. So, okay, this feels familiar. Yeah, that happened last time, or I remember that phrase was used by that other person and that person was an abuser, or this situation happened like these particular events played out like this last time and it didn't end well. Okay, whatever that may be. And so what happens is that your nervous system starts to panic, flagging your root chakra into shifting lower into survival mode. This is where your shadow then dominates you into thinking that, you should be afraid. All right. And that's what's hindering, because this is your root chakra. Your root chakra is all about discovery. You cannot discover who you truly are if you're panicking around like about everything that's around you because you're not comfortable with it. You're not familiar with it. Oh, I don't know that person. I don't know this place. I've never worked there. I never moved there before. I've never ate that before. I don't know that language. I never left the country. I don't think I'm comfortable. I never dressed that way. I never thought about dating a person like that. Whatever that may be, that's the discovery. But being in survival mode, the discovery then turns very paranoid. Now you're into your discovery, and if it's romantic, you're looking at everybody sideways like, yeah, you're a cheater, you're all cheaters. You get what I'm saying? And then, if you're looking at it in terms of friends, you're like, no, you're a backstabber, you talk shit, and I know you'll turn around and you'll probably steal from me. Like, it's coming from a very, very survival Like, I have to make sure that no one's gonna fuck me over type of mentality. And that's where all that tightness is. Now, in the body, where do you feel tightness? In the next 48 hours, your body's going to tell you where you're storing that energy. Now you guys understand what an energy reading is. I'm not only explaining to you what's bothering you in your physical reality, I'm actually like telling you, like, hey, it's going to be here, here, and here. Write it down in a fucking notebook. Get familiar with your energy. Get strong with your intuition and figure out what your body is telling you. I'm not even telling you guys, oh, just get connected with your spiritual team. No, fuck around and find out how to read your own energy in your body, your energetic field. And you will be able to fucking detect when anybody's trying to fuck with you. Period. You can feel it as soon as you walk into the room. You'll be able to detect it was that person. This person did this and this, and it hit this and this and this chakra. So now I'm going to have to go home and I'm going to need this crystal and that crystal. And I'm probably going to have to need these herbs. And I'm going to have to stay away from that person because I can't even be around that person in that room. You need to be able to protect your energetic field. Some people, you may need to always have like a locket with herbs or something, or like a mojo or charm bag, a medicine. It's called a medicine bag for protection or for empowerment of energy. These things are real. Like right now, with everything that's happening energetically, we need to armor up. You want this joy? This is what you need. You can't be sitting here being impartial and shit, carrying everybody's bucket, swearing that like, oh yeah, you know, I put like this little thin lay over me and maybe this little tiny veil is going to help me. No, we need more. We need more. We need to be looking like this. We need to be happy. We can't be carrying buckets. Buckets of what? Not everybody else's bullshit. Okay? We got to get out of that survival mode, y'all. And I want to talk to you guys about that complacency because that's the very first thing that came out. Well, actually, they want to say something about the impasse, okay? So when it comes to the impasse, this hinders your opportunities. Oftentimes you surrender when you should continue to move forward. All right. A lot of times you struggle with feeling protected and you have protection. And that's that sacral chakra. That sacral chakra, when you start feeling protected, when you start getting those synchronized messages like, oh, you're protected, that's when your sacral chakra starts like charging up. I'm seeing some sort of rerouting happening in the next 48 hours for you guys, for you to go into the path that you're supposed to. Because the impasse has something to do with a block in your path. That's why certain things were not progressing in certain connections or relationships, in certain environments, because you weren't supposed to be there. It wasn't supposed to last that long. And even for whatever reason, when we let's say don't learn our lesson quick enough, okay, and we have to stay in certain situations for a longer period because we draw it out, right? It's still the right amount of time for us to be there, for us to get up out of there. Because there's always going to be, our spiritual team, the universe will always provide another route to get the fuck out of Dodge. Every time. They will literally fuck some shit up, destroy something, cause tower moments left and right, and freak us out basically. Like imagine like, you know, how people feel when it's just a tremor of an earthquake. That's scary. You know what I'm saying? And so, but that lets you know you better get the fuck up out of here. You better get away from anything that could fall on you. You better get away from anything that like could suck you in. You get what I'm saying? And so that's what those tower moments are for you in your reality, in your energy, saying, yo, this is disrupting your energy. This energy is not maximizing your energy. It's not enhancing your energy. It's taking away from you. So that being said, now we can really get into because that was your impasse. That was your blockage. That was your blockage of joy. The trauma leech experience, the master projectors and manipulators, the ones that you basically like gave your power to. And for some of you guys, you may have not wanted to. You may have not known how to take your power back, and that could have been the issue. Okay, so hold on, you guys. Let's get what's the vibe here? Next 48. Thank you. What is the vibe? Next 48. It's all about healing. It's all about healing. Self-care and introspection. Sometimes we need to apologize to ourselves. Like, I don't even know why I let you sit here and wait for that long for you to be happy. Like, you know how your parents will sit there and they'll make you wait, like, oh, we can't do that right now. We're gonna have to wait till next week, till next month, till next year, whatever. You're sitting here letting yourself wait for your happiness, feminine energy. When are you gonna allow yourself to be happy? Survival mode makes you feel like, okay, later. All right, I gotta do all these things right now. But I can't be still. I can't be happy. I can't enjoy until later. I have to be stressed now. Stress. And then later I can be happy for a few seconds. And then now, stress. And then later I can be, no, stop. That's what we're breaking free from. That's all bullshit. That's not okay. That's not okay. That's not the fuck okay. You need to start now. Nurture now. Meditation could just be you just sitting still and not talking. Could just be you sitting still and just listening to jazz. Listening to instrumental music. Frequency, binaural music. Okay. Acoustic guitars and string harps, or whatever drum music. You get what I'm saying? Letting the time pass for a little bit, not like hours and days and weeks, but like just a little bit, for you not to be sitting there constantly looking at what day is it, what time is it, when is this due, when is that due, when I have to do this and that and this. No, it's a lot with this feeling stuck. And sometimes some of you guys, it's like a major difference. So it's like you're working really hard, or you're like, people feel like lazy, or you feel like you're procrastinating, so that there's no in between. There needs to be moderation here. There needs to be moderation. Yeah, they're saying don't hit rock bottom. Don't wait until you hit rock bottom to then start thinking about healing. Don't wait until you get sick to start thinking about, oh man, let me go ahead and take care of my body. Don't sit there and, stand on your feet until you can't stand on your feet, and then your feet get fucking numb, and then how are you going to walk home? You can, walk home or walk to the car, or you get what I'm saying? Like, whatever this is. And for some of you guys, I don't know what's going on, but you could be realizing that sometimes people, even people that can do things cordially, have to go and settle things in court. Okay. Sometimes people take people to court just for an apology. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. So sitting there waiting for an apology that you may or may not get. Okay. And in reality, I want to shift that mindset, because it's not necessarily an apology that people be looking for. It's the fact that you want to be you want to hear that this person acknowledges the behavior that they participated in, all right, how they reacted, how they acted, but also you want these people to take accountability so that they won't do these things again. Okay? But the sad thing about it is that there's people that will serve time in jail and they'll come out and they'll do the same thing all over again. Even if they said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it again," they'll do it again. And for you, for your own betterment, it's better for you to forgive yourself that you had even experienced that, have even like had to go through the things that you had to go through, and then allow yourself to move forward and not stay stuck waiting for a maybe apology that can come from someone that truly didn't care what they did when they hurt you the first time. You get what I'm saying? Like everybody's gonna, have their judgment day, and sometimes people don't get to be there, to witness it, and that's perfectly fine. Because that the whole dead end situation here had a lot to do with those lessons learned. So tell me what's going on here in regards to this bitter, angry, petty energy. This nightlife energy, this heavy activity energy, longing. Like, I see that you guys, a lot of people that have shifted from the survival mode have experienced being around crowds that do the most for no reason. And when I say do the most, sometimes when you can do things, it doesn't mean that you have to or you should. You know what I'm saying? Just because I have a lot of money and I can spend a lot of money on doing whatever I want, doesn't mean that I should, doesn't mean that's going to benefit me, doesn't mean that's going to make me feel better, okay? Doesn't mean that's going to solve the problems that I have tomorrow, next week, or 2 months from now. But a lot of these energies like to keep you feeling in the illusion of everything's great right now, everything's amazing, oh my gosh, it's like this energetic high that you get around these people, but in reality they drain you physically. Like you actually physically feel tired around them and heavy. You are constantly being coerced into spending a lot of money, going to places and engaging with people that you don't want to, that you may have disconnected from, or you don't feel comfortable around, or you just don't feel in alignment with. And they constantly put you in predicaments and situations or circumstances that you don't want to be in. Okay, forcing your hand, again, dominating you. And in these situations, they could be social, because nightlife and these drinks and food and stuff like that. When I see things like that, that's definitely like a social setting. That's definitely that's not something that would necessarily be professional, unless someone could be going to the same location spots for dinner and stuff like that, where you could meet up or whatever. But what I'm saying here for you guys, you have experienced a lot of situations where a lot of people hold you back, and this survival tactic. Usually, when you're in survival mode, you try to get assistance from any which location that you can. Like, can you help me? Can you help me? Can you help me? Who's actually here to support me, right? Because you're sitting there trying to, prop yourself back up. And oftentimes, a lot of people that, have held resentment towards you, or you to them, would come back around the time that you are in this energy of someone help me, help me, help me, help me. When in fact, they're mirroring that energy to you. Okay. oh, you know, I'm going to help you. Let's see what I can do or whatever, whatever. But in reality, they're the ones that are going to be taking from you. So you might only say, hey, help me out 1 or 2 times. Okay. Maybe 3 times. And that's just me stretching it. Okay. You guys know yourselves. And these people are every fucking day, every other day, every week. Yo, help me out. Oh man, loan me this. Oh, can you drive me here? Can you believe this happened? Oh, this other thing happened. Oh, this is not working out for me. Oh my God, and this person doesn't like me, and this person's doing that, and this person is always, and it's on and on and on and on. And you're constantly the person that's giving and giving and giving away and giving back. All right. And that's greedy. They're being greedy with your energy. They're being greedy with everything that you can offer. And they're being inconsiderate. And that's the energy. I'm telling you, these are the energies that we're breaking free from, that has kept you stuck in this dead end, no zone. And then on top of that, you guys have experienced envy. All right. Not only are you being stuck and limited and dragged through other people's problems while you're trying to lift yourself up. All right. You also got haters as you're trying to learn your fucking lesson. They're kicking you down. All right. Being resentful towards you and you're trying to mind your own business. And sometimes some of you guys suffer in silence. Sometimes you don't even tell people the whole 9 of what's going on. You probably told them like maybe 2-3 sentences, and then you started seeing how everything started moving weird. So you go, okay, so I'm not gonna say nothing else. Fuck that. I see you. And then that breaks you a little bit inside, because it's like, damn, you know, I was really excited. I really want to tell you these things because I have beautiful plans. I have beautiful ambitions and things of that nature. But guess what? People cannot, they can't see that version of you because they're not capable of it right now. They're not supposed to. And you're not supposed to be around those people anyway for you to be able to achieve those things. And that's why you guys are being activated the next 48 hours. You're being activated so that way you can actually experience those things. And if you have to activate that, that means that something has to be deactivated. This is going to be deactivated. Those connections have to be deactivated. You get what I'm saying? Certain subscriptions need to be deactivated. Certain followings have to be unfollowed. Certain subscriptions have to be canceled. It is what it is. That's the only way you can reprogram your whole life. And some of you guys want to slow down, and some of you guys need to speed the fuck up. Stop slowing down for them. Look at that. Get away. Get away. Get away. Go have fun. Relax. But now we're done. Don't be around people that's not going to help you relax. Look at this. Love. Laugh. Have happiness. This is toxicity. Look at how it falls together. It's always somebody else bringing you some drama. Oh, this is what's happening. Oh, they're exes now. Oh, this person's cheating on this person. I should not know all that. That's not my business. I don't want to know who's compatible with who. I want to know who's compatible with me. And this is not compatible with me. It's always like, don't be around people that always have like a pity party about something, or always have to apologize about something because you already told them one time. Too many. Way too many. The vibe is looking like, you know, yeah, you say you miss me, but for real, I know you fucking hate me, bitch. Because I'm established and you two-faced. I will never fucking lie to you guys. Like, I will never fucking lie to you guys. Like, because, like, for what? For what reason? Next 48, who are they dealing with? Who are they dealing with in the next 48 hours? And this is where that energy is coming from. It's like, ready or not, you're about to get catapulted. Fears. Be afraid, boo. Be very afraid. Be very afraid, because you're about to get thrown into some shit in the next 48 hours that you're not even expecting. And you're going to be like, what the fuck is this? What's going on? Illusion is giving this energy of like, okay, I was expecting this, but then this happened. Like, what the fuck? Look at her face, like irritated. Like, this is not what I wanted. Like, what is this? I'm gonna tell y'all right now, next 48 hours, for those of you that you don't like when you get anxious, something's gonna have you anxious in the next 48 hours. Overthinking or something. And that's because you're breaking, this is its energy. The energy is breaking up. So that way it can transform into something else. Okay? So think of like when you mix, I don't know, for some reason I'm thinking like baking soda and vinegar, and it makes that chemical reaction, right? It's like something needs to get broken down to clean something, to clear something, to remove the blockage. You have North Node. Yeah, this is for you for your destiny. And with the illusions here with your destiny, next 48 hours is like something that you were not seeing. You didn't even know that this was a blockage. You didn't even know that this was in your way. You didn't even know. It's like, you know, when you're walking in the fog or whatever, and you don't know that something is in front of you that's blocking your fate, or for you to be able to find that path. And that's what that was, those karmic challenges. Okay. But there's a reward here in the next 48 hours in your inner child. This is the healing. This is the healing card. There's a learned behavior that takes place, and you start realizing like, wow, that's why I usually behave like that. That's why these people usually behave like this. This is where that's coming from. For some of you guys, you're identifying the coping mechanism within other people. You go, oh, so you're the person that abuses this drug. You're the person that abuses drinking. You're the person that abuses energy. You're the person that abuses finances. It's you. You get what I'm saying? And then we have be open to receive. And we're talking about generosity. We're talking about assistance. This is another blockage that you're experiencing in the next 48 hours. You often say no to blessings. You often refuse assistance. It's hard for you to say yes. What's causing anxiety, all right, or, you know, you to overthink or start looking at things negatively, and I told you guys about redirecting your thoughts. It has a lot to do with things growing. And what does that look like? It could look like someone going from a studio apartment to a full apartment, or from a studio apartment to owning a home, okay? Going from, you know, only paying one portion of bills, and then rent, you know, skyrockets. And so now rent is more. And so there's expansion, and with new things, new routines, all right, something shifting in the energy for either more growth in space or resources, all right, whatever that may be, could lead you to overthink and start panicking because you're not used to that. But in fact, it is actually a new opportunity. This is actually coming in the energy of fortune. And this is fortune that you are not seeing. This is fortune that you are perceiving as a limitation, but in fact, it is a blessing in disguise. This is fated. This is a fated reward for passing your karmic lesson. Wow, that is beautiful. What else do they need to know? So go ahead. I will advise you to go ahead and check out your Jupiter placement and see what's happening planetarily in the next 48 hours and how that may be affecting you, as well as your North Node and Mars placement. These three energies are in conjunction with each other for you in the next 48 hours, okay? So some of you guys could be a little hot-headed with that anxiety, all right? Some of you guys, that energy, there could be some unforeseen attraction a very big magnetic attraction that takes place between you and someone else, because I'm seeing passion and lust and attraction here. So a lot, and someone could be pursuing you, or you could be pursuing someone else. Anything else here for the next 48 hours? Thank you. A lot of you your inner child is very still, but you need to be proactive with continuing to discover yourself, because some of you guys were not with the survival mode. Lets me know that you are someone that either had to grow up very fast and had to just be the leader, had to be the person that had to manage the household, or, just make the calls. Even if you were afraid, you had to basically hide, sweep your fear underneath. Okay. So I'm seeing the tightness in your body is actually fear. The tightness in your body is actually fear. So any tightness around your body is actually fear. And so some of you guys may need to do like a deep tissue massage or something like that may actually help. Some sort of spiritual massage will help for you to release those things, to get into those pressure points and things of that nature, for you to finally release those inner child wounds. And that can also alleviate those coping mechanisms and those particular learned behaviors to kind of quiet the body of the tightness. So this would be like, overconsumption of Tylenol and ibuprofen and anything that will numb, any numbing agents. And sometimes, alcohol could be numbing. And there's other like recreational drugs and not so recreational drugs that are not so good out there that can also do the same effect, where you won't necessarily feel your body. So like think of like muscle relaxers and shit like that. Okay. That being said, you need to be able to feel. You have to feel when you go through this emotional release and doing this. If you really want to go through with that and do those types of massages and stuff like that, and get that, have like a private session and pay for that, you want to make sure that you actually feel the pain. Like you have to be mentally prepared to actually feel the pain and like be able to be in it. In order for you to emotionally release it, and I even say this for my Reiki healing clients, like when I sit there and I do a session with them, you cannot hold back. You have to feel it. You have to. Sometimes it will take you straight back to that memory. Sometimes you'll feel like you're experiencing all over again while you're releasing it. But you have to like embrace it. Even though you want to release it, in order to release it, you have to embrace it, because it happened. It is a part of you. And a lot of times it's hard for everyone to release, especially like when I talk about like my clients and stuff like that. A lot of them struggle with releasing because they don't want to embrace it. No one wants to embrace the fact that they are a survivor of a sexual assault. No one wants to embrace the fact that there is a pervert in their family lineage. No one wants to embrace the fact that there was a child that wasn't watched and they got hurt because they were unattended. There's things that happen in generations of survivors that are neglected, and we keep going and we keep moving forward, and we don't talk about things, and it sits in our body. It sits our body remembers, and there's certain words and certain smells and certain sensations and things that happen for our body that will continue to put us in this survival mode. And if we don't address that, then we won't be able to move forward. We won't be able to accept the beautiful things that we're supposed to experience in our lives. And we'll continue to push away the things that are actually supposed to bless us, the people that are actually supposed to love us, and the people that are actually supposed to be here and create new relationships and communities with. And telepathically, your body is energetically trying to show you this is where it hurts. This is where there's something that's left behind that needs to be removed. This is something that needs to be healed. This is something that may needs to be healed, and that you may have experience in the flesh in this life, but you were someone that have experienced it for your generation to be healed through you, through your experience. So as you're healing it within your body, within your mind, within your heart, within your soul, within your reality, you're also healing it in your lineage. And a generational curse breaker means that you are the last one to ever feel that pain in your line. That means that it stops with you. And so therefore, you guys really need to realize what a divine connection is, a strong soulmate is, because that is falling right underneath that open. They want you to be open to receive this. And the only way you will be open and capable of receiving this, if you finally release these thoughts of survival and feeling trapped in constant cycles that actually you're breaking free from, the whole generation. It's you. You're breaking free from all of this. Okay? And it's very difficult to experience these very tragic circumstances. All right? Especially because some of you guys, you still blame yourself for it. And that's why, the forgiveness is there. Is because you blame yourself. Blame is coming from the sacral chakra. That's guilt. You feel guilty for allowing something to happen to you. You feel guilty for partaking in something. You feel guilty for exposing yourself to something or someone. And that's what needs to shift. All right, next 48. Give us the money messages and we're out of here. Money messages, next 48. I'll tell you guys, like, I made these new channel cards, and it was for the intention of healing. This is for the intention. Like, I'm really tired of people, with the spiritual TMZ, of he said, she said, evil eye this, evil eye that. Yes, I know there's negativity everywhere. Yeah, I know that there's people trying to learn here, trying to do hexes and stuff like that to other people. But we need to learn how to evolve. And the only way that we can actually change what's happening around us is if we change what's happening within us. We have current events. Start wherever you stand when it comes to your finances. Again, with the whole energy of like, I want to hurry up and do things now. But there's no planning between now and later. What they're telling me is that financially, because of the survival mode, you want instant gratification now. And then when it comes to the future, you have not planned. And so you constantly live for the moment. And then later on you go, I should have ... but you didn't. And so money is responding to your motion. And the motion is showing me you're thinking about this second. You're not thinking about the future. So there should be an even motion there. All right. So start where you stand. Don't feel like, oh, tomorrow. Some of you guys may need to shift that into start doing something now. And for those of you that are in the energy of instant gratification, I want things now, you may need to shift things into allowing yourself to save and plan for the future. You'll figure it out. Especially for those of you that are trying to grow a business, or you're in a company that can grow financially and possibly hire new people and things of that nature. All right. We have a divine business calling. We have angel number 1111. Okay. Face what you have been avoiding, my love. In the next 48 hours is time. Avoidance creates chaos. If you keep avoiding things financially, it will create chaos And for you guys, that will lead to what? Panic attacks. We don't need financial panic attacks. I don't need you dry heaving and trying to figure out how the fuck you're going to pay that next bill. So, that being said, you need to avoid that chaos by pre-budgeting. Budget that out, all right? I think you guys need to focus more on what's going out so that way you would know how much you need to come in. You get what I'm saying? Because if you know, let's say you know that you have 1,100 that goes out every month, and I'm lowballing y'all, 1,100 that goes out every month, okay? And I'm talking about bills, expenses, everything, just flat out, okay? Then you know that you need to, for you to be comfortable, you need to at least make 3,000. Why? You want to make sure you pay everything, and then you can splurge on whatever. Because some of you guys may still have cars and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever you need. You have families. You may need to buy groceries and all kinds of stuff. You need to budget those things out. If it's debt, pay that off. Financial clarity brings freedom as well, especially if you feel financially bound up. Your money needs attention in the next 48 hours. So some of you guys could be looking at, like, I don't know, your bank accounts or something like that, or something to do with like your financial obligations and responsibilities. Do you guys know that there's a green obsidian? I did not know this, okay? But you can meditate with obsidian or green obsidian. Money needs attention. They said that again. Oh, some of you guys may have a bill or something like that. I don't know if this is in the email or in an actual envelope or something like that. If somebody has a bill that's being ignored, open that bill or deal with that bill in the next 48 hours, okay? They're talking about your business. For those of you that have a business, your business is your ministry. Divine business calling. You have a divine business calling. Somebody has been thinking, I want a business, I'm trying to start a business. Or if you try to start a business, but you don't have the paperwork to back up that business or something like that, and you're in that movement, in that flow of doing that, that is your ministry. That's your business ministry. If you guys already have a business, you already, did your EIN and all that other stuff, this is your other confirmation, okay? This is aligned with your financial purpose, okay? But it is the financial management that you need to master. Financial management that you need to master, okay? It might not just be financial literacy, because financial literacy is just like vocabulary and things like that will help you to understand things financially, to be able to maneuver it within these different places and institutions financially. But financial management is like, I can handle this money. I can handle large and little minimum amounts of money, So financial management is needed. So learning that. And we talked about something being replaced by something that's much better of your frequency and your vibration. Your vibration is elevating, so that means that your finances are also elevating, your financial opportunities are elevating, your financial mindset is elevating, your financial goals, okay, is elevating. I'm seeing passive income. Some of you guys are probably thinking about getting passive income, or maybe there's something being replaced. Maybe one income is shifting into, passive from being active. All right. And passive, I'm not saying like not moving. I'm saying like, this is like you do something one time or twice, and then it just keeps giving and keep giving and keep giving. And you don't have to do too much for it to give you money. All right. And this could be like, it comes from a product, or perhaps people like recommending your services, or people, talking about reviews and stuff like that. This is like something that's passive, that because people keep seeing these things, it will keep people coming in and providing some sort of income for you, income flow. All right. So when you see 1111 in the next 48 hours, the code is move now. You have your spiritual bank account. Yeah. That's a sign for you to move now. I don't know when it's going to be for you guys, per se. But that's basically saying, hey, move now, now open. Roads open, financial roads open. So you see 11/11 next 48 hours, that's your green light, go. Do it. Money gates open. Expect prosperity, opportunities, and nonstop cash flow coming in for you guys. Some of you guys, you're trying to figure out how to create multiple income streams. You may find that specific thing to help you. Angel number 222, untapped income potential. All right. So start refreshing your resumes, polishing up your elevator speeches, start posting your products and your service lists and all kinds of stuff, okay? Because your talents are underused and they need to be shown. And again, this expansion is calling in the next 48 hours. So you're going to feel like wanting to be in the spotlight, wanting to show, hey, look at this, look at that. Hey, look at this review. Hey, check this website out. Have you heard about this person? Have you heard about this product? Okay. That's what I'm seeing. And that's going to actually bring in, look, a new added passive income, 2 confirmations. And some of you guys, this is like weekly income, or it's going to add to a weekly income. So abundance is going to flow, but you need to continue to educate yourself for financial management purposes. All right, we have seeds of opportunity, angel number 888. Your ideas want life. So don't just have the idea and then, I don't know, don't do nothing with it. Don't write it down. Don't follow through. I don't know. Don't just have the idea. They want life. So this is you acting on your ideas financially. Creativity equals income stream. So these ideas will make you money. They will. So next 48 hours, you have an idea to make a product, to make something from scratch, to invest in something and resell it, to provide some sort of service, to invest in something so that way you'll be able to make more money out of it. Whatever that may be, it is in alignment with your financial purpose, okay? Some of you guys, it's going to benefit you financially if you bathe with basil. Basil, all right? Amazing ideas. Came out again. Expect harmonious energy after a period of conflict financially. So expect harmonious financial energy after a period of chaos financially. So this is good. Lots of emotional involvement when it comes to finances. And this feels good. Ability to grow financially. That's good. You're gaining more drive, more momentum. I talked about your self-confidence. It's coming out again. You're gonna feel a boost of energy. I believe in myself. I can do this. I can do that. I don't have a problem. Yeah, okay, we got this. We got this. We got this. You're reassuring yourself in the next 48 hours. Okay, we can do that. I can move this. I can do that. Okay, cool. All right. And you're also being assisted with a particular financial request. All right. From your guides and your angels. They're coming in and they're also going to heal. If I'm talking about healing and we're talking about money, then I'm thinking anything that's broken financially. Okay. Something's broken financially. What could that look like? Something broken. Well, financially, that can mean that there's a financial energy leak that's being restored. Financially, if something's broken, it could be a bad foundation. Okay, that's being restored. So if the foundation is weak, then that means that the money is not stacking. Okay, it's not strong enough for it to stack. Well, that's healing. So something's happening in the next 48 hours to reestablish the foundation of the finances, so that way you can actually see the finances grow. So something's being replaced financially, so that way you can actually see that the money's gonna stay. But you have to sit there. There's something about putting it in the right locations and for you to be learning, okay? The management, put things here, put things there. This is how much you need. Okay. You need to always know what's going on with your finances on the move. It's moving here, it's moving there. This is how much is moving. This is when it's moving, right? This is like the movement of bills and things of that nature. Especially for those of you that have business, like you need to know when you're paying somebody, when somebody owes you money, how much money's coming in, how much money you need to invest in your materials, how much money, especially if you need to travel in your car, your expenses and stuff like that, to invest in your car, your rotations for your wheels, your tune up and things of that nature, because I need to go, on a 25-minute drive. But guess what? I still need to make sure my car is good, because I not only use it for business, but I also use it for personal uses. Okay. For those of you that your car is still a business expense. When you go ahead and you drive, even if it's 15 minutes away from your house, it's still 15 minutes that you're wasting your gas. Gas is fucking expensive as shit, and there's tax return money that you can get from that. Okay, fuck that. You got me fucked up. You get your coin, okay? All right. So your income bracket, your income can increase. There's possibilities for you to make more money. All right. That can look like in different many forms. But there is a come up for you in the next 48 hours. Let me tell you something. I fucking tapped into the last 48 hours, okay, reading 2 days ago. And I said, oh, you're gonna have a nice little bag. Bitch, I had over $400 within 24 hours. I don't know about y'all, but when I say a nice little bag, I fucking mean it. When we get confirmations with the multipliers times 10, I fucking mean it, because I think I had like $60 in my fucking account when I was doing that reading for you guys, and I tapped in, and maybe like 18 hours later, I had literally 10 times that amount. Ridiculous. Okay, so when I tell you guys, it may look in different forms. Okay, it may be your expected income, it may be new people coming in, giving you business opportunities. Money can come in unexpected ways, in so many ways. Do not limit yourself. When you start limiting yourself, that's when you start expecting only certain places and spaces, and that's when you start blocking the doors of prosperity, and that's not fair to you guys. You will be finding quicker and easier ways to delegate problems and issues, so that way you can get things moving for you guys. You're not going to be worried. You're not going to be stressed out at all in regards to your finances. All right. So that being said, prepare yourself for this new opportunity that's going to be offered to you. It will be beneficial. I'll send you many blessings, and I will see you guys soon. Peace.